Okay, how's it guys? So in this video we're going to put that lump in this hole. Just for interest sakes, this is what it looks like with no motor in it. There's the 8-speed gearbox, exhaust. This is a South African version, so it has got no DPF, thank goodness. Only got a cat. Yeah, there it is. So hopefully when we see it again it'll have a motor in it. Alright, block is in, engine mountings are tightened down, gearbox and motor has been mated, exhaust back on. You can see on the South African version what the downpipe looks like. There's no DPF on it. Goes straight down from the turbo, way down below that bracket is the cat. So that's what it looks like in the car. Here's the left side head. There's your valves. Yeah, so now I'm going to put both the heads on, and then we'll look at it when the heads are on, and I'll give you the torque settings then. Okay, so the heads are on. Timing chains are also on. That's what it looks like. So just in short, each head has got 8 torque to yield head bolts. You got to use new bolts. Now your new gasket set will come with the bolts. How you want to torque them is obviously finger tighten, and then obviously work from the inside out, work in a pattern from the inside out. Torque them 30 Newton meters, then plus 75 degrees, plus 75 degrees, and plus 75 degrees. So it's 30 head bolts, 30 Newton meters, torque them to 30 Newton meters, and then plus 75 degrees 3 times. That's your heads. Then put the cams on and do the timing. So how you do the timing on this thing, the valve timing, you actually need a tool to do it, but that's just so someone can make a lot of money and sell you the tool for $300. So you don't need the tool. How you find the timing mark is as follows. On the crank, sorry, let's get this thing to work. On the crank, right at the bottom, if you see the engine mounting there, just next to the engine mounting where it goes on the bed plate, you'll see there's a little inspection plug that you can screw out. So the way it's supposed to happen is you're supposed to screw out that inspection hole, and then that special lock tool screws into the crank there. So the best is when the motor's apart. When the motor's apart, you can clearly see on the crank where the tool is supposed to screw in. So line that up with that hole. And another way to check is your pistons 1 and 3. So on the American side, on the driver's side bank, the first and the second piston needs to be exactly the same distance from the top, from the deck. If they're exactly the same distance, and that threaded part on the crank lines up with that inspection hole, then you know your crank is set. So what I did is I just made a mark on the crank, so I don't have to try and see them when the motor's in the car. So just mark it like that. And then on your cams, what you want to do is, if you see in there, you see your exhaust cam has got 2 dots and your inlet cam has got 1 dot. Both sides. Here's the other side. Difficult to see in there, but you can see there's 2 dots and 1 dot. So you want that 1 dot to be between the 2 dots, and you need that tooth to be fully engaged. So how the locking tool works is on the exhaust cam, each exhaust cam. Let me just, sorry. On each exhaust cam, we're looking at it from the back now, you can see there's this locking pin, and you see on the center of that cap there's like a groove. So that tool needs this hole to be exactly spot on in the middle on this groove here. So this hole is exactly on 12 o'clock on the middle on that groove on that cap, and your teeth are lined up like that, with the one hole between the two holes, and the teeth, that tooth must be fully engaged, must be all the way in. Then you do that for each cam, and that's your timing. So it's not that difficult. Anyway, if anyone's got questions, you can ask. I'll explain it again. But yeah, that's what it is. Quite simple. So now I'm going to put the front cover on and take it from there. Okay, how's it, guys? So it's back together. As you can see, all the coolers are still out, but it's back together, and that's what it looks like. I have started it. Sounds fine. Obviously I only ran it for about 5 seconds because it hasn't got any coolant in it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the coolers in, put water in, start it and run it, see what it does. Hopefully there's no leaks. So far doesn't look like there's any oil or diesel leaks, but yeah, sounds good. Just for interest sakes, before I put it back, this is how your coolers come out. They all come out together as one piece. So your fan, your radiator, your aircon evaporator and your intercooler all come out together, and also your from this side. This is obviously the right side of the car, the right hand side, the passenger side in the States. That's where your oil cooler hoses goes in. So they've just got a little clip, little circlips like that, and they just clip out. There's your hoses for the transmission cooler. Sorry, I said something else. That's transmission cooler. So just be careful of those. But yeah, let's put it back. Alright guys, so after letting it stand for almost 10 months, after I discovered I needed bearings and pathetic Chrysler doesn't support their own vehicle, I had to wait for King Bearings to manufacture the bearings. Eventually now I took it for its first test drive and got the carton under it to see if there's any leaks. So far, touch wood, no leaks. Goes well. So I think that is it. So I'm not aware of too many Ecodiesels that's been rebuilt. I know most of them, when bearings go on them, they turn into boat anchors, because once again Chrysler does not support their own product. But there, it can be done. It has been done. It's fine. It's looking good, sounding good. There's no leaks under it. It's looking good. So yeah, guys, that's it. Once again, if any of you found any value out of this, I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Thank you.